One of the most common tools around the household these days is a device just like this, battery-operated drill. But do you really know how to use it correctly? How you doing today? My name is Mr. Lawrence. What a beautiful January day 2021 in southern Indiana. I thought I'd go over a few things on how to operate battery-operated drill. Thank you for coming to the channel. LAF Space Film Fest. That's capital LAF Space Film Fest. Today I thought I'd go over a few tips on how to use a battery-operated drill. Pretty simple procedure, but to a lot of people, especially if you're a beginner, especially if you haven't used a tool like this before, there's ways that you can hurt yourself. There's ways that you can slip off and nick a finger. So I'm going to show you some safety features, techniques on how to make this work properly. Now I have two sizes of drills here. One is a Ryobi. This is a nice little drill. It has a 12-volt lithium battery. Basically, the battery pops off, pops back in. This is really nice because it's small and it's easy to handle. It just doesn't have a lot of power. So if you're inside hanging a picture, putting a shelf up, this would work perfect. But if you're outside building a fence, building a deck on your house, this is going to burn up pretty fast. You're going to go through battery use pretty dang fast. That's why I would recommend getting a little bigger drill if you're going to do some larger projects outside. A drill like this right here, this is a Hitachi. And this one right here has an 18-volt lithium battery in it. A lot more power. Now, when it comes to drills, .32-volt, probably even 40-volt these days. Big, heavy-duty drills. The thing is the bigger the battery, the more heavy duty, the heavier the drill becomes, the harder it is to control. For your small jobs around the house, you may not necessarily need a 32-volt battery in order to work your drill. That's mostly for construction sites, big projects. This right here, this Hitachi, is about all the power that I could ever really want. Works good, and what's really important is you always have your battery charger plugged in and you have a spare battery ready to go. So when the power runs out on this one, I've got a brand new one. Switch them out, I can keep going. I don't have to wait for the battery to get charged again. So that's important. If you're shopping for a drill, make sure it has two batteries. Make sure it has a charger. Always keep one charged up. You can swap them out, ready to go. Even a smaller drill like this, the battery's going to run out a lot faster. If you've got one fully charged, ready to go, it's not a problem. Pop it out, switch it out, ready to go. Get to work. Now I know there's going to be some people out there that's going to say, Mr. Lawrence, give me a break. Everybody knows how to use a drill. Maybe not. I pay attention. I listen to people. When I do projects in homes, I listen to people and I hear from their voice, wow, that's pretty cool the way you operate that drill. I wish I could do that. It always slips off. It always catches my finger. I can never really get it to run as smooth as you can. What I always pay attention to, the beginner, is the person that wants to use a drill but just doesn't know how to, and nobody's ever showed them. Maybe this video will give step-by-step instructions and it'll give you a hand. Just like anything, it's going to take a lot of practice. You're not going to grab a drill, you're not going to go over here to Menards, buy a drill, come home, open it up, and if you've never used one before, start driving screws in the wall like you're Mr. Professional Carpenter. It takes a little while. You just got to take it easy, and eventually it will be a smooth operation for you. I wear these safety glasses, because I'm operating a drill. Always wear glasses when you operate a drill. Anything can break off. A little piece of that star bit can break off and pop you in the eye, and what a terrible tragedy that would be. So always wear your safety glasses. I don't just wear them because they're super sly cool. I wear them for protection. Safety first. Okay, one of the first things that you can do when it comes to construction, pay attention to the type of screws that you're going to use. I'll use a construction screw just like this. It has a star head on it, and it takes a star bit like that. Now this has kind of replaced the Phillips bit. Phillips screwdrivers, we've seen a straight blade screwdriver and a Phillips screwdriver, but the star bits have kind of taken the place of the Phillips screwdriver bit. Because the thing is, this bit holds inside this screw so much better. It's just a nice fit. Less of a chance of it stripping out. I like that. That's important when you're working construction, that you don't spin that, because once you're putting in a Phillips bit screw and you're driving it in, and once the bit slips out and spins, it stripped the screw head out. You might as well go ahead and back it out and put another one in. You're running a Phillips bit screw inside and it slips out for just that second. If you continue to put that bit back in there and drive that screw in, it's going to get real close to being where you need it to, and it's going to totally spin out, cause you a lot of trouble. Then you got to get vice grips, then you got to somehow figure out how to get it back out to put a new one in. You don't see that with these star bits. These star bits seem to hold pretty good. Consider, drills don't have chucks anymore, and a drill chuck used to be a little key that would fit in to a notch, and you would tighten down your drill bit whenever you put it in your drill. Anymore, you hand tighten it. How you do it, you take your drill, you set your bit in there, and then you hold it and put the drill on forward and tighten up, ready to go. Now, here's the secret. You are not gripping this drill with a death grip as if to think you're going to stop it, because the drill is going to go forward anyways. And if you grip it too hard and try to overpower a drill, especially if it's a drill like this 18 volt, you're going to get what they call a rope burn, so to speak, on your hand, because that's a powerful drill and it's going around. All you're doing is snugging it down, which will cause those teeth inside to grab the actual bit itself. To take it out, I put the drill in reverse. All drills have a forward and reverse. So I put the drill in reverse. I grab it the same way. I don't put it on full blast. I just barely give it some gas. It breaks loose. I pop it out. In order to put it back in, put the bit in. I switched it to forward, grab a hold of the end, squeeze it a little bit, start the drill, and it's ready to go. They work pretty good. It's a pretty good system. I didn't like them when they first came out, but now they've gotten the technology has gotten better. A nice feature about these drills, when they first came out, I didn't understand them. I got to admit that. I've been in construction my whole life. And they first came out and I said, come on guys, really? A light on your drill? Give me a break. I use it more and more all the time. It's pretty nice. You get in areas where you're working underneath a shelf or something and you're getting ready to put that screw inside there, and you turn that light on, it lights it up. It's a good system. It's like a lot of your saws these days have lasers on them. Lasers are nice. If you get used to working them, lasers are nice. Back in the day, 3 decades ago on building houses, we didn't have lasers. You looked at the line and you cut on which side of the line you wanted to, and you just made a straight cut and you went. These days, laser lays it on there. You lay that laser on each side of the line, start your saw up, cut it. Technology is nice. No doubt it is nice. Of course, you get me on that row. Used to build houses when we still built them with a hammer. Believe it or not. Every nail, 5,000 square foot house was put in with a hammer. These days, I see guys on construction sites, they still wear hammers on their side, but it's all guns. Bam, 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 bam. It's all nail guns. hoses, nail guns, battery operated nail guns. That's all they use anymore. Which is better? I don't know. The nail guns are faster, but I know when we drove those nails, we made sure we drove those nails right. Every nail was driven. So the screws I am using today are Deckmates. They are nice. They come in a variety of colors. The ones I've got in this box right here, these are 2.5-inch screws and they are green. They also come in a tan color. Box right here, probably between $5 and $6. Anytime I take the bit out, I had a Phillips bit in there. There's a nice little area inside your drill. You can store it, so you have both of them. Now, the bit I have, I really should have an extension. Really, it's going to work okay. I use it like this. It'd be nice to have an extension so it would come out a little bit farther. That is a star bit that I have in there. Now, I know a lot of people are going to say, Mr. Lawrence, you can't put a screw inside your nice beam right there. Well, it's okay. For this demonstration, I'm going to do it. I can patch the hose. Highly trained professional here. So you have your drill. You want to take your 2 fingers, you're going to hold the screw, and then you're going to give it some power. What is important here is that you don't just give it full power. Okay? A variable speed drill is nice to have. If you're going to go out and buy a drill, try to get a variable speed because they are the best. I'm going to put the star bit inside the screw. I'm going to balance it with my 2 fingers, my thumb and my index finger, and I'm going to start giving it some gas. All I want to do is get that screw started in the wood. I move these 2 fingers away, and now I can put a little bit more pressure and drive it in. So I've got it sitting here ready to go. Balance it, get it started. Now that the screw has started, is a lot of times I'll take my left hand and I'll put it behind here to kind of give it a little power going in. Then I'm going to reverse it and bring it back out. Started. Put this hand behind there to give a little bit of pressure. You just use kind of the weight of your body to just push it in. If I'm going to actually put it in something, a piece of wood, it's a lot harder than that right there. I'm going to put the screw up against a piece of wood. I'm going to hold it with my index finger, and I'm going to start to drill until the screw gets started. And how you know the screw started, it'll sit there by itself. So what I'll do at this point right here is put my hand behind here. Now, the arm with the drill is locked into position. Okay? This hand comes behind it, it's locked into position. So what I'm doing is I'm taking my weight of my body and I'm pushing it forward like this. I'm not really using my hands to put it in. The weight of my body is what's going to make the screw. Got it hooked up. I've got this. I just kind of lean against it like this. Now, what I also do is I don't turn it on and leave it on full blast. I do it in spurts. I feel that way if something goes wrong, if it starts to slip out, just jump off and you're going to like slam your piece of wood you're working on. I always put a screw in, especially a construction screw, especially something larger. I do it in spurts as I go in. I get it nice and tight. Don't over tighten it. It only goes so far. Just watch your wood. Whenever the wood cinches up and it's tight and the screw gets level with the face of the wood, you're done. Doesn't do any good to try to drive it in any farther. Here's another technique I'll use. If I've got to put a screw in, a lot of times I'll get down like on one knee, and then I take this knee here and I rest my elbow on it. I put the screw inside. The weight of my body is what's going to drive this screw in. I get it started, nice and comfortable, ready to go. So as you can see, there are different techniques that you can use when you operate a drill. The more you practice, better you'll get. So if you're a beginner thinking about going out and buying a drill, I hope these little tips will help you. This here, once again, is an Hitachi. They make DeWalt, they make Ryobi. There's a lot of different drills out there. A drill like this is probably going to run you right around $100, $75, $150, in that price range right there. You can find them, they're on sale a lot of times. Try to get you one with a second battery. Also, a variable speed really makes it nice. It's kind of a safer drill, keep you from pinching your fingers. I appreciate you coming to the channel. That's LAF Space Film Fest, capital LAF Space Film Fest. I'll be thinking about some more tools that I use, some more instructional things I can come up with. Hit that like button if that helps. Send me a comment if you're having trouble with the drill and it doesn't seem to be operating correctly. Maybe I can answer it for you. I appreciate it. I hope you're having a good day. Got to be loving the snow. It is January. Heck, hard to believe in 60 more days it's springtime. Woo! Time to get out there and start planting them wildflowers. Mrs. Melissa's going to get her seed company going. She is excited about it, and so am I. You have a good day.